Dark so long I could not find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me. In this red light, it calls me. He is reaching out, consuming. Tyrant of the dark star, where's my love? What hold this heart?
Welcome back to Goblins and Gays. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'll toss it to my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and then we'll get on into things.
Hi, I'm Maki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gravewing, the Nagaji Sylph vigilante monk / air cadeticist, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is the party mom / strategist of the rebellion.
Hello. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Laeth IV, the matricidal Dampier Dandy Rogue and Spy Master, who uses she, any pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Eurideux, just Eurideux still. They are our Nephilim, cursed boy of a problem. They are going to be the party and this rebellion's firebrand, and they also use they, he pronouns.
Hello, I am Farris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Alouette, a totally normal Nephilim thaumaturge bard having a very normal and good time learning all about her way more cursed family. She also uses she, her pronouns and is the Anathema partisan.
Hello, I am Sparlock, and both me and my character use he, him pronouns. I'm going by Alistair Whiskerfield, wizard detective extraordinaire. As heir to the fine distinguished family of wizard, mice, ratzards, Isoki arcanists. I swear I was always aware of it. I keep my whiskers to the ground to uncover the truth of the powers that be who subjugate us, by which I mean I'm our recruiter.
And hello, to round off the group, I am Tick. I have he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Nihil, a flesh warp sorcerer who is just a totally ordinary cook and quartermaster for the group, and definitely not a cannibal. Parentheses, he's a cannibal, but it's a dietary restriction, so don't be too mean to him.
So, what happened last time?
The Masquerade is upon us. We got some final actions in order to prepare ourselves a little bit better for what's coming in. And we decided to do stuff that, smuggle some stuff in that we need, set up a diversion, aka poison the guards' alcohol, because it's kind of fun. I love poisoning people's drinks in video games, not in real life. For legal reasons, this is video games only. And also the third thing we did was find an escape exit, or at least plan an escape exit on Gravewing's part, because she's like, I think we should have an escape exit. So essentially we locked in focusing on this party. We have a lot of shit to do. We got to make sure that this goes smoothly. Laeth and Alouette had yet another very homoerotic scene where everyone was just like, they kind of find, don't shrug at me. It's just like, whatever, typical homoeroticness, where they kind of both figured out about the, hey, you know about the marriage? You know about the marriage? We'll have this ring that I'm going to put on your ring finger for no specific reason. It's not wrong. It's not me marrying you or anything. We can definitely use this for the party, I think I am this... I cannot handle one more season of you guys verbally edging each other. I need you to fuck immediately, I'm so done. But the entire conversation was just two women desperately trying to like get into each other's pants and also not at the same time. Great content. We fast forward to the actual day of the ball. We got to show off all of our wonderful little outfits. Everyone did such a wonderful description, honestly. I'm just gonna a round of applause for the cast having such nice outfits planned and nice descriptors of it. I loved all of them and like the contrast between the rich and the poor and how extravagant they were. It's very nice. I liked everyone's outfits. That's a mwah from me, Chief. They're all very complicated. I never want to draw them, but they sound fantastic. I love you. I'm sorry that Aki has to draw them all for some art, probably. But thumbs up. Aki hitting the fattest shrug that I've ever seen in my life, and you can't see it because it's trust me, bro. We head into the masquerade, and Aubrey proceeds to shoot every single one of us with an NPC that we really don't want to see at this masquerade, including me. I get lore, yay, and also everyone else. I don't think anyone's coming out of this unscathed, and we are now kind of preparing to attack this masquerade in the sense that we got to break out 2 people from an unknown location.
Yes, and also, if you all in the audience haven't realized it, this is our final arc of the season. In the description, there is probably a link to our Season 2 Q&A form. Send us questions, and we'll answer them on our Season 2 Q&A. But yes, the party is begun, and we're going to do something a little bit different on this. I recently heard Find the Path do something similar in their War for the Crown actual play, and I really liked it, so I'm going to borrow it for this, but cite my source. So the way we were going to do the party is going to be broken up into chunks of hours, and each person will have an action that they want to do during this hour: gather information, schmooze, influence people, work on something, do something, and depending on what it is, you'll get different checks, and things will happen, and we'll figure out what exactly does. But I am just going to start with the person who's on top on my screen, with you, Alouette. You will get to help us start off this party in style.
Okay, what are my options?
Well,
Slash.
I guess the. Mm-hmm.
Oh no! You take this away. You know the party
big
better
question
than I do.
is do you want to try and talk to anybody? You did notice that one Whiskey Jack is here, and Whiskey Jack can get you information for a secret.
That's so true. That's maybe gonna be a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Though, sure do have a good secret for him. Yeah, so is there like a list of options that we can pick from, or like is it just what do you want to do for an hour?
It is a bit like, do you want to gather information? Like, gathering information or influencing people seems like a very good way to start for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to gather information or influence people?
I think I'm gonna. I know I should gather information, but I think I'm going to. You know what? Yeah, I'll influence. I'll gather first and just try to get a sense of, where do people's loyalties lie. I suspect I know. This is a group of nobles. However, I think I'm looking for people who are sympathetic to the Anathema cause without outright coming out and saying so. I'm looking for potential allies.
Yeah. We'll do
if it helps,
Mm-hmm.
I can lie to people with diplomacy. And I can request things with deception.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give me a diplomacy roll as you sort of move about and schmooze with people and try and get some information.
I don't want my first roll of the night to be this, so I'm gonna use a hero point.
A wise idea.
Much better. That's gonna be a 28.
A 28. Yeah, you kind of just sort of. Honestly, the bar over near the bar is probably your best place to start. Mostly people are chatting over there. And you start sort of chatting up people. And yeah, the anathema is being discussed quite a bit. People are hearing about it, and there are a lot of people who are doing the noble thing of they're looking down on it as more of just petty rebellion, people who are just will need to be put in their place. But there are a few people, and you make note, there are a few people there who seem at least sympathetic to the cause, and are willing to admit that there are problems.
Are there names or no?
I'll get you names for those.
Okay.
But you can you're collecting enough that you're realizing, okay, starting to collect that maybe there are some people who might be sympathetic to our cause.
Okay. I'm going to make a note of them and get a drink that I won't be drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you're going to spend the first hour. And we'll go with Alistair next.
Oh, I'm still muted. There we go. Yes. So I'm not the type to do parties. Like, I have a feeling that my usual conspiracy theories won't go well in this crowd. Like, what am I supposed to talk with these people about? So instead, for the first hour, I got a couple cases going. I'm here to save Eurideux, and do that. That's my big case, but I still have the thing with the robots in the back of my mind.
That's a good.
So I will, for the first hour, I'm not going to push for any information. I want to seek out the people that are kind of the investor class, like who might have a profit incentive in that area. And I just want to start ingratiating myself with that crowd as my alter ego that I have taken on for this. I imagine I'm acting like really pompous, like the golden age robber baron type caricature, and it's overdone because of my conspiracy theorishness. We can figure out how to say that word later. But yes, I would like to get them to think well of me as a colleague before I start pushing for a little more information, since I have a little time to blow.
Yeah, you give me a diplomacy check.
Oh, goodness. This is going to go badly. Can I use the pursue a lead bonus on that for that at least a +1? Me with my 0 charisma. Oh goodness, I'm gonna use my hero point on that. That was bad. Mind you, it's kind of in character, but I actually do want some information. And so that went from a 4 to a 2, 4 and 11.
So unfortunately, you don't ingratiate yourself. The caricature of the robber baron is apparently actually offensive to them because they don't want to think of themselves like that, even though they are. So you unfortunately don't make any headway on that.
I think when I notice the larks are talking to the high priest, and those are my biggest ops right now. But seeing them all in one place in this horrible fucking house is a little too overwhelming for Gravewing right now. And so I am going to walk around a lot and maybe accidentally draw attention to myself. That's it. I'm just walking, but I'm dressed in such a way. I am accidentally moving away from the people that I came in with.
Mhm.
I am gonna put myself in a bad situation.
Lorelai is gonna keep with you and at least, act like, you're looking around. But tell me a memory you have of this house. What was the last masquerade ball you remember going to, or at least working at this house?
So my job was I was a glorified nanny. It was my job to watch over the children. At the time, there were only 2 children in the Lark estate. There was not that little third guy, who I actually don't really know much of. I don't have much of a relationship with him, but I had with the oldest son and the only daughter. And so it was my job to make sure the kids didn't come downstairs, but the kids want to mingle because it's cool and it's a fancy party and it's a party in their house. And as the help, it is also my job to take the punishments of my betters. So while I did keep the kids away for a good portion of the night, children get hungry, and there is cakes, really good desserts. So if and when they snuck into the kitchen, we were caught. My punishment was dished out the next day. And I hate sweets. Well, not all sweets, but I hate the sweets that are here.
Yeah. Just for me, call highs or lows.
Let's do highs.
Well, it is on your side. As you're thinking about this memory, you remember something else of that night. You remember as you were sort of herding the children, you passed by the father's study, and you heard an argument between the couple. Apparently, Tristan's father has a bastard child out there. Apparently, the rumor is that she is part of the Black Powder Collective, and apparently he, had some sort of fling with this pirate at some point. And there's a daughter out there soiling the Lark name. You catch the name Octavia.
I put that in the bank. I put that deep, deep, deep in the bank so I can remember to follow up on it. Honestly, outside of this, after this, because that seems like a really good thing to follow through. But also, if I could make myself actually function like how I want to, instead of reliving my traumas, then that's a good thing to remember as well. We got to put a trigger warning for all this child labor and trauma here, okay, guys? This is a reminder for Aubrey and me to put in some trigger warnings.
Yeah,
but I think that's it. For now.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to Laeth. How are you spending this first hour?
How many hours do we have if we were to be at the party the whole time and we didn't cause problems?
Theoretically, the party goes all night. The party will probably end somewhere around like 4 in the morning, maybe, when they finally kick people out. It's probably like 8 at night at this point.
Oh, okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
So since we have a little bit of time to kill, I am going to not start with Eurideux, and instead I'm going to start with my own private issue, which is the Scriabins. And I would like to find nobles who are not a fan of the Scriabins, just sort of, listening into gossip, who's talking a little catty about them, not necessarily making contact, just I want to know. They might not be on the Anathema side, but if they're against the Scriabins, I would like to know who that is.
Yeah, would you like to give me a gossip lore check?
Absolutely. 22.
You find some of the older nobility for sure does not like the Scriabins because they turn their nose up at new money. You come across someone from the Marthane house and the Sepa house. Both sort of spreading rude gossip about the Scriabins and being
Sweet.
old and catty about it.
My people.
Yeah. Well, and that'll bring us to Eurideux. You also get to do things.
Yes. Okay, so I would like to know, is there any indication that we could tell that today, we could probably, Tristan's been keeping count that we know today should be the ball masquerade. Yeah. But do we know it started? We could hear it.
It's loud.
A lot of footsteps, maybe above us or something.
You hear a lot of footsteps. You can kind of hear the music and the talking in the distance. It's very far distance, but especially with the way this hallway is built, this hallway is almost an echo chamber.
Fascinating.
Makes great way to listen to what people say in the hallway.
Yeah, I think I want to start off by telling Tristan, well, at least we know you're counting your days, right?
Got that. Brain works that way most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I really wonder if they're just gonna leave us here all night.
Imagine there'll be a time where they decide we'll make a good statement piece.
Mm-hmm.
Show off dissidence. Maybe if I'm incredibly unlucky, they'll try to show this as some sort of sign of faith to the high priest of, look at us executing our oldest.
Well, should give them a good show at least, or at least try.
Well, yeah, I'm down for it if you are.
Just gotta... I didn't get a moth back, but it would be useless sending it one way.
Yeah.
Let's see who likes to chat. Could I go up to one of the walls that has the loudest noise, press my ear against it, and try to hear anything useful?
Sure, give me a perception check.
All right, cousin dice. They've been doing so well for me. Okay, I mean, that's not bad to start off. That's a 24.
24. You're guessing that this time they probably did post guards near this hallway. And you hear a brief conversation between two of the guards. And apparently one of them thinks they might have eaten something bad.
I'm going to say in a quieter tone, it's like, oh, we have friends nearby. Not you. Heavy parentheses, friends.
Heavy parentheses, friends, yes.
We could maybe use that to our advantage.
Maybe. If you've got an idea, I'm game.
Well, they sound sick. So, do you think they'd care enough for us if we were pretending to die?
Maybe. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Okay. Could I go? You said there's like a tiny bar in the door, right? It's like window with bars.
Yeah.
I want to go up to. It's like, hey, someone here?
Give me a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy? You sure?
Yeah.
Can I say it angrily and do deception or intimidation?
Maybe you can work up to that.
Okay.
You said, especially the way you phrased it, it sounded more like you were just getting somebody trying to talk to you.
I mean, with my whopping +2, that is a 17.
A 17. You unfortunately do not coerce any of them down the hallway, but you do get one of the guards does bark down the hallway for you to be quiet.
No, I think I had something bad. I need. Come on.
That sounds like it's a deception.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm much better at lying. Who'd have guessed? I'm gonna use a hero point. I'm gonna use definitely a hero point on that. Okay. All right. Cousin dice coming through. That's a 25.
25. All right. So, Nihil, it is now your turn.
I have two options. One, I want the group opinion on this. One, I kind of want to scope out the room and see like what paths exist and maybe use message to see if I can like ping ping Euri anywhere on like a certain side of the building, like left or right. Because I have message, it has a distance list. So like if I walk around just kind of muttering messages like every 5-10 minutes, I could try to roughly get what direction he's in. Is my thought. That or accidentally befriend a really eccentric millionaire while talking about food in the back corner.
It's the first hour, definitely the first one. But I also just remembered message and was like, oh crap, I meant to do that. I forgot I had that. So either one works for me.
I want to avoid the fucking Twilight Watch, like the bubonic plague. But I want to see if I can roughly ping what direction Euri is in using message and also like the rough layout of the building. If that's possible.
So give me an. It's not going to do layout of the building.
It's mostly just going to tell you if you're within 500 feet, but you will get to talk to Euri, and Euri can talk back, which is it's 500.
No, mine's 120.
Oh, well mine's lying to me, I guess.
Oh, it scales up? Hold on. I'm just at 120 feet. I'm a fool. Oh, I guess it is heightened. Never mind. It is 500 feet. Okay. Yeah. I just want to get a lay of the land a little bit and see if I can identify what direction Euri is in roughly. What do I make a roll for it?
Yes, I'm going to need an Arcana roll.
Okay, I'm actually okay at Arcana. That's a 24.
So you figure out what areas Euri isn't in.
Okay.
But you do spend your first hour kind of doing this unsuccessfully because also it is a very packed packed area, and it's hard to find areas where you can be on your own. To do this. And you do actually have to do like hand gestures to somatically cast message.
So even the pleading emoji.
So finding places where people don't like realize you're doing magic because that would be a very big faux pas.
Yeah. Oh, is it? It says auditory, concentrate, illusion, linguistic, mental, occult, and subtle.
You would still have to like either say words or do hand gestures for it.
I could just pretend to be really, really eccentric. I'm like, wow, this food's great.
But also like
food.
You don't tell me what to do. I'll get poisoned if I want to.
But you did not roll high enough to successfully find Euri. And especially it is very slow going with something like that because you don't want people to realize you're casting magic currently.
And I'm avoiding the entire Twilight Watch. I guess Euri is still on ice.
But now we'll be back to Alouette.
Yeah, I'm also gonna try to at least talk to Euri. Because I figure I'm gonna go to the bathroom and try to message Euri from there.
Right, that will be also another Arcana check.
She's in the bathroom?
Yeah. This is more about like, seeing if you just happen to be close enough that the message gets through.
Gotcha. Okay. 23.
23 is unfortunately not going to be enough.
Okay. Then hang on, just checking something. This is so silly. You can say no to this. I have a feat called Eyes of the City that lets me track down targets with the help of locals. Could I try to find out where Euri would be in this house? Where someone who might have displeased the Larks would be held until they could be turned over to the authorities. Like, where's the drunk tank in this house? People come here, they make fools of themselves as soon as they drink too much.
Is there a role associated with that?
Yeah, it's either diplomacy or society.
Right, diplomacy or society. We'll do a society roll.
Heck yes. Fancy dice, you failed me. Oh. You know what? This is important. I'm going to use my other hero point. I didn't use one last episode. No, fancy dice, you're getting retired. Okay, that's going to be a 17.
Yeah, unfortunately, the big problem with this house is the configurations change.
Yeah.
And there'd be really no way to figure out truly unless you could get to the control room.
Fair enough.
Right.
There's no one else interesting here, is there?
I mean, there's
I'm not gonna run into a family member, am I?
You haven't seen them so far.
Okay. Just have to double check. Masquerade makes it hard, but
yes, everyone's keeping those masks on, and that'll bring us from Alouette to Alistair.
Yes. So I will sneak away from my terrible conversation to go get a drink. What's the volume level in this place?
loud. There are probably in the ballroom alone, probably close to close to 100 people here having conversations.
So I will whisper into my drink, hey, Gravewing, as I cast message. You can answer, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought there was more after "Hey, Gravewing." Sorry, but then I remembered you could just keep casting it because it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going pretty badly, and it looks like you're just walking around. I wonder.
She's walking around with Lorelai. Lorelai's doing her best to like just be like, "Oh, we're just wandering around, seeing the sights."
They don't believe me. I'm trying to get information on the robot attacks, but I think that, and I'm sure I can say this more concisely, since Alistair is smarter than me, so forgive my umming and ahhing, but I should be, maybe I can like kind of weird out anyone that's in on a conspiracy. Can you keep an eye out to see if anyone reacts strange after I leave them?
Sure. I'm gonna let you know right now, just based on the vibes, I think everybody's acting strange after you talk to them.
But like, goes and talks to other people and just reacts more strange. I may not be good at these parties, but I can tell how badly I'm doing. You don't have to rub it in.
Why don't you try talking to the help? They have no say in if they can or cannot talk to you in this party right now, if you approach them first.
But would they know about it, or what should I ask them about?
They work in the house. They know everything about the house until they're let go.
All right. I will take that advice, because it's more comfortable for me anyway. So I will go and I will talk to a couple of the help people.
Yeah,
Now I will be more in my conspiracy theorist mode. But I'm still keeping in my robber baron. I'm going to be like, hey, I hear that these, like, those robot attacks, I think they're being done purposefully, and I'm trying to figure out, like, for investing, who's going to be next.
So I am going to just like let you know out of character, like there's nobody from the union here tonight. They wouldn't be invited to a party like this.
Not looking for union people. I'm looking for people.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay.
Like if somebody who works for a butler who has seen something weird or heard rumors.
Most of the help that's going to be here works for the Larks.
Well, at the very least, I can eliminate the Larks, because I think Gravewing has a good idea. So I'm going to go with this. And I'm trying to make a push for using conspiracy lore instead of my 9 in diplomacy.
And just what are you asking specifically from the people? Because if you're asking about investments, like who might be invested in something. I don't know if the help can help you with that.
No, I'm about what families have more to do with robotics or have been
Well, it's not robotics, but
automatons.
yeah,
it's hard to words.
they don't have like actual intelligence.
Yeah, but
yeah, if you
see if anybody's been acting weird with regards to that.
I would let you use society.
Okay, that society I'm also trained in and have intelligence is so much better.
Yeah.
It's that okay. 29. They probably don't know anything, but at least I rolled well.
They do, but all signs literally just point back to the Scriabins.
Okay, so that means I think Farris is my next, or Lou is my next ally. Wait, who was researching the Scriabins? Laeth. Okay. But yeah, that's my hour.
Right. Yeah, you do that, and for all of the stuff that's happening, Clark recalls all signs point towards the Scriabins. Like there may be some other minor nobles tossing money behind it, but unfortunately, the Larks, the servants, really, the Larks themselves are at least not letting their servants in on it if they are, making any of these deals.
Are any of the Scriabins at the party?
With that roll, I will let you know. No.
Okay.
Alexander is not at the party tonight. Claimed, unfortunately, last minute illness. But yeah, I think that'll bring us to Laeth.
Yeah, does it seem, I mean, we've only been here an hour, but is there a guard rotation, or does it seem like it's sort of folks are stationary in the room?
Give me a quick perception check to sort of over the last hour or so to like notice things like this.
28.
28. You sort of see their general like house guards. It does seem like occasionally you see somebody come and relieve, but it's not like we're here for 30 minutes and then we're moved to another spot. It's like they're posted at most of the entrances and exits, just watching people come in and out. And occasionally someone comes by and just swaps the place of one and just being like, you're needed in the in the yard or what,
Okay. I did not use my scarf in coming in here. So I'm just gonna get the face of a guard. I'm not gonna use it right now, but I want to get a good look at a couple guards for now, and then with the rest of my time, okay, this is a bad choice that I'm going to be making.
They're only good choices.
I love bad choices. Please make it so I feel less bad about mine.
So I think the bad choice that I would like to make is that I would like to go into the bathroom. And at this point in time, this early in the night, I would like to use the scarf to make myself look like one of those guards I clocked. And approach another guard and tell them that I think I heard something near the control room and need backup.
All right. Then give me a deception check.
Okay, that is a 34.
34. Okay. The guard looks at also as you notice that the Twilight Watch is also apparently helping out with some stuff here. This guard sort of goes over and essentially gets one of the Twilight Watch to take his spot for a few minutes. This woman, I'm sure she's not important.
Lovely. And I will follow the guard to the control room, is my plan.
Yeah, especially with a critical success like that, he will start leading you towards the control room. Do you want to let Junie know what's going on? Because you will need her for the control room.
Yeah, I mean, so my thought was that I could find it and then bring her there later. But if we can just all go now, then we might as well do that.
It was more of just figuring out your plan. Are you just figuring out where it is, or are you making a move?
I'm going to have to knock this guard out. So I think I'm making a move. Knock out. I'm going to have to murder this man. So I have a cantrip card. I have message. So I think in the bathroom, before I changed into my guard face, I messaged Juniper and let her know what I was doing and to keep an eye out, and then to follow when I don't know if Juniper's stealthy. She got kidnapped before, so she's probably not very good at this.
But it's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years, and you'd think she'd get better at hiding, having been kidnapped. So, yeah, I will let her know and tell her to trail behind, but not close by.
Yeah. As you are led, there is a locked door off of the ballroom that the guard uses a key to open. And you'll notice it will sort of like lock as it closes behind. And it kind of leads to sort of a large spiraling staircase that will lead that's several floors above the ballroom. I'm going to ask, are you going to try and do anything to stop the door from closing, to give Juniper a second? You could also just steal the guard, kill the guard, and steal his keys.
I mean, yeah, I think that is what I will end up doing, because I don't think that I can subtly, I don't have anything I can drop to, leave in the doorway or whatever to keep it from closing. So,
yeah. You do that, and as you are led up these several floors, a door opens into apparently there's actually a catwalk above the ballroom, and sort of you can kind of see at one end there's a door to what you're guessing is probably the control room, but currently you are on this catwalk with this guard.
Are there any guards posted outside the room or anything?
None that you can see.
I don't super trust that. So I think that rather than killing this man, what I'm going to do is attempt to... Did the door lock from the inside as well? Will he need the key to...
No, it only locks from the outside.
Okay, great. I would like to attempt to pickpocket the key, please.
All right, give me a thievery check.
I do have the pickpocket feat, but I don't know what it does. I think it might lower a DC. Yeah, something that is closely guarded without taking a -5 penalty. I'm going to use a hero point. Okay, that's a 29.
29? Yeah, no, you kind of wait for a moment where they're kind of on a thing on his belt, and they kind of just are a little bit swinging back and forth as he moves. Just wait for a time where it swings back towards you and snatch.
Great.
And are you going to follow him all the way to the control room?
I am, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you follow him all the way to the control room. He opens the door and he's essentially going to stick his head in and make sure everything's okay. Inside, you can kind of see this large room with all of these levers and knobs and gauges and what you can tell now is that the entire wall that like faces the ballroom is a like a two-way mirror. So they can see out of it down on the ballroom to sort of make sure everything's all right. So if you had done a murder, they most definitely would have seen. But yeah, no. Other than that, he is making sure that everything's okay in the room. He gets in okay. He's just, he turns back to you and is essentially just like, I think you're new. You must be new here. People like to do shit like this all the time. Give us a hard time on a night like this.
As if there's not enough to worry about already, right?
Yeah, we got the big speech in an hour.
Okay, good to know. I don't say that. That was Alyssa. Oh, heading back down, yeah?
Yeah, gotta get back to my post.
So how did I get a glance into the control room to see how many people?
There looks to be about 4 people operating the control room right now.
Okay, and I will follow him down, and I assume Juniper did not get through the door, so I will sort of waylay her as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she's kind of like hanging around the door. She's talking to just some people, like a group of nobles near the door. They'll be roughly about the same age, and she's just sort of like doing the the laugh and things like that.
Great. I'm gonna make eye contact with her, and sort of I'm gonna pretend basically that we are hooking up, her as a noble and me as a security guard, and it's all very sorted. And I'm trying to get her to sneak away with me from this group of nobles so that we can talk.
You do that, and you're able to sort of pull her off to the side. What do you say?
Do you have a way to talk to reach anyone else?
I got a moth.
No, that's too obvious. We've got an hour. There are 4 guards in the control room. I have the key to the catwalk, but I don't see you taking down 4 guards on your own, so we need to rally a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Come up with a plan. Let me know what the plan is, and I'll do my best to help.
Yeah, and I think that right now I will just task her with finding anyone she can. I mean, priority on Alouette or Nihil, or actually Alistair, like the people with the message. Priority on finding one of them, so that we can spread this throughout.
Yeah.
Spreading the gossip at Mach speed using message.
Yeah. And this will move to Gravewing.
Hello. Let me do my flippy flip, please. Okay. I can function a little bit. I had my flashback, which I forgot to state. I might have been talking out loud, or specifically mumbling out loud. So, feel free to laugh, Lorelai. Just Eat that shit up. When I was having my little memory. I wonder. Where there usually big estate houses will have entrances that the help can go in and out of, so that way they are relatively unseen. Not necessarily during parties, but during regular day-to-days. And I'm wondering if perhaps I recognize any spaces or something like that. That could be one.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Or, no, actually, give me a society check.
Ooh. That's 1 second. 29?
29. Okay.
I
Yeah, you
rolled pretty
definitely
well.
you definitely notice like some of the telltale seams in things where a door to like a servant's passage should be. It's most of them are like essentially have guards posted near them right now, just so nobody goes snooping. But also with that, you spot whiskey by the bar.
Ooh, I can get rumors. Yeah, why not? If I see him, if I see the passageways are basically blocked. But I'll move to the bar where Whiskey Jack is.
Yeah, as you move, his sort of like latest group of people moves on around the same time you approach, and he looks you up and down, and he just goes, "My, aren't you cipher-eyes?"
You can recognize me in this? What's the point of this being a disguise?
I mean, my dear, as you know, I am very good at what I do.
Well, you got any interesting rumors here that can help me out with a potential break and entering?
I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for, or who you're looking for.
I think you know who I'm looking for.
Well, I like to play my game, but I might know something.
Is it gonna cost me a rumor?
You know how it goes, darling.
I lean against I lean my back against the bar table. I look for a very particular window. Maybe I see it, maybe I don't. And I will kind of lean into mumble whisper. 22 years ago, the Larks held a mass execution where they killed all their help staff that lived in here. Is that juicy enough for you?
He nods and gives you a smile, and sort of just for effect, kind of fans himself with his hat. Says, "My, now that is the juicy rumor." And I may have heard something about the Larks deciding to send a message and show their allegiance. There's going to be a big demonstration in an hour.
What kind of demonstration?
A show of force.
Their favorite kind, I see.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that our friend Tristan has been scrubbed from any wills or documents. It's almost like he never existed.
I mean, that's a plus. At least he's as dead to them as they are to him.
Yes, my worry is that they're going to try to make him dead.
Yeah, that's the kicker. In your professional opinion, would you say a rescue before or during is more viable here?
Honestly, especially if you want to send a message, during. Everyone will be here, and you can certainly show them that you're more than willing to fight for it. Getting them out, especially with the number of guards that they've got placed around, is a problem.
You got room for one more rumor, or should I have to pay up first?
No. I've always got room for you.
Any of that blade tomfoolery here?
I think that, from what I hear, the High Priest has brought a couple of members with him, but not the whole contingent. Rumor has a contingent sweeping tonight, looking to wipe out more dissidents.
Well, shit. All right. I take whatever drink was there. Very awkwardly have to drink it. Put it. I'm gonna add all of that to my tab.
Duly noted. And he will put the hat on his head and tip it to you, and then look and just this is Davria. And Laura will nod and say, "Nice game." And he says, "Well, I have to go see if I can enrich my coffers with some more secrets and rumors before this party goes to shit. Have a lovely night, you two, and maybe you'll get a time to get in and dance before everything goes to hell."
And I look to Laura oh, shit. Oh, we gotta get everybody. We gotta get everybody.
And he says, "You may not look it, but Gravewing certainly can dance."
I fucking can't. I don't say shit about that.
He smiles and sort of moves off, and it'll bring us to Nihil.
So everyone's just learning the entire plot of this night. I feel like I should do something based on this knowledge that's been gotten, but I don't think anything's been given to me yet. So I'm just kind of sitting here. I think trying to find Euri, I know it's a moot point because I think we're probably going to make a big epic stand and everyone's been doing stuff. And I'm I guess just kind of listening in to see if anyone says anything interesting, even amongst the guards and stuff. And again, staying away from the fucking Twilight Watch, please. I am begging you, I don't want to get involved with that right now. I just want to probe around for some info, I guess, because I don't have any info right now.
Right? Anything in particular?
I guess listening to the waitstaff and stuff, seeing if they're talking amongst each other about anything. I love the waitstaff,
All right, give me a perception check.
I will open my little ears. My little gay ears. Anything that might be a nice little add-on to everything that everyone's cooked already. I feel like I can get status updates in the next 2 to 3 minutes anyway, so let me just turn my light on. Perception's +8. Let's roll my cute little gay dice. That is a filthy, slutty 20.
Mostly the help is working on making sure that everything is ready. In about an hour, there's going to be a speech made, and the help is all making sure that everyone has, because there'll be a toast essentially, and everyone will have drinks for it.
Okay, so some sort of interesting speech in an hour. That's all I got from the lore currently. I guess, is it possible for free to just check up on people and get a little bit of information, or is that like a whole...
For any of the other group?
Yeah. Like, tweeting emojing at Gravewing, or just messaging at Gravewing, be like, did we learn anything? There's a speech in an hour.
Yeah, they're gonna try and probably execute my brother-in-law, so...
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a stand?
I don't know yet. I gotta get everybody. Can you start getting people here?
Okay.
Discreetly, bar.
Mm-hmm. I'll just start sending messages when I can then, if possible, with the time I have left to tell people to get to the bar discreetly. I'll gather them all like a fucking thing. Also, can I tell Gravewing one more message?
It's free. Like, it's...
Okay.
I'm just asking
but
you have to be... You gotta be the one to cast it.
Gravewing, don't let that Twilight Watch person notice me. She's gonna try to kill me.
Above table, there's multiple Twilight Watch.
There are multiple. There's like,
okay, cool.
There's like 10 people, 10 members of the Twilight Watch
is she
here.
like cool looking, or is she like average looking? Is she like special? Is my cool sister special, or is she basic?
You could physically describe them. You just say that you physically describe them.
Yeah, I'll physically describe and be like, don't let that person notice me. They will kill me.
Do I see him?
Yeah, you'll see the woman that Nihil's talking about. She's currently sort of taken the place of a guard temporarily. Looks like sitting by one of the doors.
I'm picturing just a big white-haired anime woman, but like built like a fridge, like built big. Goodness, that's what I'm picturing. And I'm an older sister. I clock it. Okay, yeah, that's good to know.
I do want to remind we're all adopted. But I think it's funny if we conveniently
I don't know that you're adopted, ho. I don't get your lore. This is new.
I don't even know. Just a thumbs up, like, yeah. Just like
I've been like letting you decide what she looks like, honestly, things like that, because it is your sister, and I didn't want to.
I think it's funny if they both have white hair, but then nothing else is the same. It's just a white hair connection, white hair to white hair aura.
In this family, white or silver hair, nothing. Sorry, little Jimmy, you fucking brunette. Starve.
Okay. Verbal thumbs up to Gravewing. I say the thumbs up emoji out loud. And that is all that I need to do personally. Oh yeah, okay. We're executing Euri too, probably, it seems. Let's kill him. Finally. Stop saluting the kid. Okay, I'm done, Aubrey. Thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah, Euri, they do bring a lamplighter down to check on both of you. Can you give me a will save?
Oh, fuck me. All right. Yeah, 100% I could do a will save. Is that my best save? Almost. Cousin dice. Cousin dice. Oh, cousin dice.
Hero?
How's a 16 do to you?
Hero point?
I don't know about that.
How many have you used?
1.
You've got 2 more.
There's gonna be a speech. I'd rather get a little hurt now.
Actually, that's gonna hurt you. It's a will save.
Okay.
That doesn't imply. That implies brain problems. Like they're gonna take your mind over or something.
Yuri's dumb as fuck. So, okay. Quick clarifications before I decide on this, Aubrey. How has like my healing been? I know it's been over a week, but like I've been purposefully been like, I imagine only getting healed, like resting. Have I healed up? Am I all the way up? Am I half?
I would say like even with like you heal what like your con times your con modifier times your level each time you sleep.
Yeah.
So in a week, you would be healed up.
Okay, just want to make sure they weren't doing any fuckery to me. Cool. Let me do that.
They're providing you with food and you have a place to sleep. So.
All right, except more health, please. I'll do a hero point. That's a low roll.
What was that?
So that's instead of a 16 total, it's now a 17 total.
17. Well, that's not a critical failure.
That's good.
Against the calm spell.
Okay.
But any emotion that would affect the creature are suppressed, and the creature can't use hostile actions. If the subject is subject to hostility from other creatures, it ceases to be affected by calm.
How long does this last?
It's a while.
Okay.
Mechanically, they're getting ready to move you. You and Tristan.
I think I start going like, "Hey, you big dumb fuck, shit. I know what this is. Fuck, shit. What's your name?"
And the lamplighter is just like, it doesn't matter.
Why?
You're not gonna remember it anyways.
I have a good memory.
I guess we'll see how it goes. But come on, we gotta get you and the other one loaded and ready.
Huh?
There is a party going on, and it would be a shame if you didn't get to attend.
I should be angry. I should be. Okay. Let me just turn around and get my stuff, which I don't have. Oh.
Yeah.
But that's like hostile actions against this target, right? Like I'm still like aware of myself. I just can't get angry at them.
Yeah, you can't get angry or make hostile actions unless they make hostile actions against you.
A loophole, you say? Huh. Well, let me just get my stuff. Oh, maybe it's under this bed over here. I'm gonna dilly-dally. I'm gonna spend a lot of time not listening to them. Because not listening is not a hostile action.
That's so hostile, actually.
Shut the fuck up. Are they like actually getting us out now, or are they just saying like soon?
Yeah, they are. And like, you can kind of hear the doors being unlocked. And they are going to, I guess, no, they're not like trying to hurt you, but they are going to secure your hands.
Hey, yo, this is, I don't like this. This isn't cool.
It's for your safety. It's for your own safety.
Hey, Fred, I thought we were cool. Fred, right? Or Caleb?
Whatever
Samantha?
is easier for you.
Nope. I was gonna make a dumb joke that doesn't make any sense. Okay, cool. Do I get to see Tristan finally?
Yeah, you do.
Are they leading us or are they like behind us?
They are behind you.
I want to like look at Tristan's like, oh, hey,
Hey.
honey. Are they taller or shorter than me?
They are taller than you.
Taller than I thought.
Because you're short.
I'm short. I'm a short kid.
Yes, you are.
Okay, taller than I thought. Cool.
Yeah, and they're an Oread, so they've got like sort of this like their hair almost looks like crystals, and they've kind of got like a beard that almost looks like it's made out of crystals.
I love Oreads. Were they affected by the calm spell?
Yes, they were.
And I'm just gonna be like, how you feeling?
Better than I have in weeks.
Ah, shit. And while going forward, I want to just like kind of like mostly whisper to Tristan, as we're being marched. I just want to say, you got kids, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, we'll make sure you see them.
Yeah, and you are sort of both eventually sort of put in what we can colloquially describe as an elevator, and told that everything will happen soon. It will all be over soon.
I need clarification for the calm spell. It's specifically this guy.
It is just you cannot use hostile actions against anyone. Just like hostile actions in general. You cannot use hostile actions. It doesn't say against this one person, it's just in general.
Until something takes a hostile action against me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or like because they can sustain it for a little bit until they stop sustaining it, or someone takes a hostile action against you.
Could I try to notice anything distinct about this lamplighter?
They are they're an elf. They possibly like they're an aquatic elf. I'll say you notice that. Mm-hmm.
Aquatic elf. Do they have like a special like insignia or a certain rank that I could pull off of?
You see on their garb the symbol of the warden.
Warden. Okay. Cool. I guess I'm just gonna look at Tristan's like, you can't punch me, right?
No.
Shit. We're gonna have to think on our feet.
Yeah, probably.
Well, get ready to run or something. We can't do fighting right now, I guess, but running isn't fighting.
Well, since they try to kill us, it'll break the spell.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That axe comes down. I could probably do something.
Exactly. Think on the bright side.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. My sister-in-law will be here, and she's got a plan. She has to have a plan.
I think there's definitely people here. We could hear them. They said they were going to be here, so. All right. Okay.
Hey, this is a weird question. I mostly didn't ask it because I honestly didn't want to know the answer. Do you know anything about my wife? Do you know where she is? Is she okay?
Who's your wife?
Gravewing's sister.
Which one?
She's known as Widow, as it's in their thing.
I think I'm gonna like getting closer. Are they at the Midnights?
No.
I don't know. Do I know? Out of character, do I know? I don't think I do.
You know that Gravewing has a half sister, essentially.
But like, Gravewing don't talk to me.
I think the only thing I mentioned to the group is that I'm pretty sure my brother has my sister.
Oh, okay. And then like, I think I would start going like, I don't. Sorry, your sister isn't great friends with me. I don't think that's surprising to me. You know who I am. I think they said her brother has her sister. Is the one thing I remember. I don't know if that's good news or not.
That's very not good news.
Shit, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Hey, I assume just when we were talking, we were left here in this elevator thing, right?
Yeah. Things will happen soon.
Okay, I'm gonna like look at Tristan, say, hey, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get out of here. You're gonna get to see your kids again. Okay.
Okay.
We're
And
make sure that happens.
I don't know. Do you got people you care about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you'll see them again.
Yeah, I think they'll be here, and I need to make sure they're safe too.
Yeah. And we'll cut away as you all congregate near the bar. In less than an hour, there'll be a speech.
It's going to be a show of force. Less than an hour. We could grandstand, or we could break them out. But if we're doing that, we gotta act right now.
We should absolutely break them out because there are a lot of powerful people here in terms of like ability. Not to mention all the guards and Euri and your brother-in-law may not even be in a state to do anything. I haven't been able to get in contact with him.
Couple more things you should know. There's going to be at least 2 Blades members here. The
All the
bad
more
guys.
reason to do a breakout and not a full frontal attack.
Do we know
agree.
Do we know where the control room is yet?
Yeah, I've got a key to the door, but as soon as we're through, they'll be able to see us. 4 guards in the control room. I'm not sure if they have a way to contact other people.
Probably they do.
They absolutely gotta.
Can you transform again?
I think that because I have an hour on the scarf, I have not untransformed.
The guard
So
getting
we're just talking to a guard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why not? Cool guard.
In that case,
like-
we just need to do a Chewy.
I think so too.
In terms of, what do you mean?
Oh, you never saw
Like-
that play?
I did not. For people who are perhaps unfamiliar, I assume you mean like a prisoner play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just don't know another word for it. For that matter, it's probably not called a Chewy even amongst Warzers.
Okay.
So that's what the plan is gonna
That's
I mean, it's
I don't know
a
if
chewy or an orgy. I
Oh,
don't
shoot.
know
What the fuck is happening?
how else we can explain bringing, 8 other people? back
I
there.
can also become a guard. That's a little help. But also, it is still 7 as our people to bring back.
We could say that the
It
Larks...
could be 6 people and a rat.
All right, narrowing it down.
Still a lot of people.
And we
Wait.
could say that the Larks asked us to give a tour to some VIPs of their
that is true.
security. Might give us a second, at least, to get the first hit in.
We also have thrown around the idea in the past of causing a large diversion. That is also perhaps an option.
Yeah, why hasn't my beer poison been doing anything yet? I forgot about that. Have they not been drinking yet?
Sick guard.
There are other guards that are sick, but unfortunately I rolled and it mostly seems to be the guards that are on the outside that are affecting it, being affected by it currently.
Aw.
How?
Damn,
I rolled
actually,
for-
grandstanding might be sounding better now.
We don't know that.
Where's the weapons cache?
It is in one of the side rooms. You've been told which one it is and where it is.
But is it like on the way to the inside that closed off area?
No, it is not. You would have to go to a different part of the house to get it.
Oh no, this is hard. I still think that getting them out early is a good idea, but yeah, 2 blades in the Twilight Arch is still a lot.
I have a feeling we're gonna encounter them both no matter what we do.
I would also like to let the group know, without elaborating, that the current person on watch, if they recognize me, will try to kill me on sight.
They might do that regardless of if they know you.
Oh, that could be a diversion.
No, I don't want that I don't want to be the diversion. I will die.
Just run really fast. Laeth, can you explain about the mirror again? What do you mean that they will see us?
Yeah, I'll explain the setup of the, catwalk and the fact that the wall looking in is basically a two-way mirror.
And that mirror looks out at the catwalk? Where is it?
Well,
It's between the control room and the catwalk?
Catwalk. It looks out on the catwalk and the ballroom.
So we can see in the control room right now?
Or a one-way mirror. Essentially they can see out, but you cannot see in.
Okay, so if we kill them in the control room, nobody in the ballroom's gonna see us murder them.
Yes.
Okay, so we can still super murder the control room people. That's easy.
Yeah. I just hope that they can't get a message out before you murder them.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's just
obviously
they'd be able to see us coming.
right.
Oh, that explains a lot.
How long would it take us to get from the stash back to the control room, realistically? Just from our knowledge, not specifically.
It would, especially if you're trying to not draw attention, it will take a bit. I have to make sure that nobody sees you, so you're not going to be able to move quickly, and sort of only move when guards are moving or people aren't looking. And you'll have to get the weapons back. That's the thing.
That's the easier part. Actually, I think it might be better to just in this small group to get the weaponry. I can hide a great deal of it in my skirts. They are goofy for a reason, and it is not for fashion. I thought this might be a problem.
If we had someone under your skirts and then you transformed,
I think they would then be visible.
oh,
Or they would be crushed.
I mean, it's like How do I describe it? It's like an illusory disguise. Well, within. Hang on. Let me read the spell carefully. Don't kiss my face, thank you. You create an illusion that causes the target to appear as another creature of the same body shape and roughly similar height.
So they would also have to. You would have to be a poofy guard.
Yeah.
You can change the appearance of clothing to make armor look like a dress. Held items are ineffective, and worn items removed return to their true appearance. So I guess that's an Aubrey call.
It really depends. Because it's also just like, if somebody is under your skirts, that's unfortunately, even no matter how poofy they are, they might get distended a little bit. Because, you know, your legs are still under there too. And
not if I ride on their shoulders.
Y'all ain't trained lion dancers. Get out of here.
But I do think this is a good question to let you all think about what your plan going forward is for next week. I do think that as this is going on, you do notice that the servants are going around and starting to hand people these wine glasses with this sort of purple wine in it.
Poison. There it is. There's your poison, Husty.
Yeah. So, take us out.
Suspicious Goop. Thank you, everyone, for listening to a wonderful episode of Suspicious Goop. If you like what we do here, feel free to follow us on Instagram, on Blue Sky, on Patreon, on Discord. You can kind of follow us on Discord. Give us some money if you can. I know times are tough right now, but Aubrey is tougher on us, so you should be nice if you can. You can look at all sorts of cool, amazing content that's bonus stuff on the Patreon. Eventually, I'll put another cool thing on the Patreon and see how many people I can wrangle up for the cool thing on Patreon. I'll figure it out. Source, just trust me, bro. Give us some good reviews if you can, and keep spamming the Discord, because I don't check it as often as I should, but everyone else does, and sometimes I'll roll in like a rolling stone if you summon me and manifest me. I'm like, hi, I'm not dead yet, and then I leave. But yeah. Also, we have fun mini-games on the Discord, apparently. So I've been playing Magic the Gathering. I was like, damn, that's a game that requires a brain. I am not doing that. But yeah, stay safe. Eat guards to reduce the corpse count so you don't get caught. And I love you all.